to counter the prosecution and the contamination of Balpor, because the Jews were involved with Balpor. So why could Moshe not go across the Yarden, across the Jordan? Because he had to be buried there to counter that negative force. Because otherwise it would have been detrimental to Klal Yisrael. And who was the cause of that? Shevet Shimon. Because Zimri is the one who, right? And that's what it says, he never gave a bracha to Shimon for that. And they would never shoftim from Shimon, because Moshe had it in for them. He had it in because they were the cause. Wait a minute, they were the cause. He struck the rock. That's the reason. No. The reason why that scenario presented itself is because ultimately he has to be buried there. But you can't just tell him you can't go across. He has to have liability not to go across. So Hashem only brought that to him so he should fail, that he shouldn't be able to go across. You following?
Everything is
It was a setup. He had Bechira. But why give him the challenge? What's the reason? There's no reason for it. No, there is a reason. Because it's important for him to fail, because he has to be buried there. Because if he's not buried there, there's no hope for Klal Yisrael.
Fail no matter what?
Because he made the wrong choice, because he got angry. You know, Hashem...
I'm saying that he was going to fail. He had to fail. There was no...
Again. Hashem knows the future. So Hashem knows our choices. If this presents itself, you have the ability to restrain yourself, but he knows that if you're going to fail, he knows you're going to fail. But why did you fail? Did he force you to fail? Because you chose to fail. In this particular situation, Hashem knows your choice will be the wrong choice. So Hashem knew that if they say they behave this way, he's going to get upset, angry, and in that state, he's going to make a mistake. Wait. As a result of that, so what happened? He failed. But it was his choice. You can't be held liable if it's not your choice. Okay, now you're stuck there. Okay? So that's so things present themselves. So Yaakov made the mistake. How does a man who's so special make such a simple mistake? It's an obvious mistake.
Which mistake?
To give the gift to Yosef over the others. That was the beginning of the end already.
Right.
The answer is Yosef had to be separated from his father for 22 years. That had to be. And that's the Mida Keneged Mida. The Jews ultimately had to go to Egypt. The Jews, it says, the Gemara says in Shabbos, that if Yaakov wouldn't have been Yosef, they would have taken him down in shackles. Because he would forcibly had him, which would have been a Chil Hashem. Yaakov should be taken in shackles. That's how he wouldn't want to go there, because it's such the level of impurity there. He wouldn't want to go near it. Gemara Shabbos. So all this, therefore Hashem gives him the blind spot. Because all this has to happen. So this seemingly simple mistake we should have made, he did make. It's because that mistake had to be made. Because everything had to follow. And that's the way, and that's many things that work this way.
So it couldn't tell Moshe maybe that's putting him there because...
No, but it can't. You can't, but again, you're doing the wrong thing to him, you understand? There has to be a degree of culpability to do something. It's punishment. It has to be natural. Well, good. That's exactly. This had to, because Hashem knows the future. He has to be buried there. Therefore, the grave already was created, Bein HaShmoshos. Because that's how vital. This is the survival of Klal Yisrael. That's that grave, the location where he was buried.
Moshe could not have known that.
Of course he didn't know that.
I mean, he was told, but he didn't know that.
He only knows what God tells him.
Still a tough concept.
Because originally, if he knew that, that's where he was supposed to be buried. You're not going to cross. If Hashem created your grave, what are you supplicating Hashem to go across? You're not going.
If he would not have hit the rock, he still would have been buried in that. Somehow he would have ended up buried there.
It would have been something, some other way. He would have failed somewhere else.
Right, so the slavery was predetermined. We were going to be slaves in Egypt.
No, that's Yaakov. I'm talking about Moshe. We're talking about, I'm just showing you from Moshe the same thing with Yaakov.
Yeah, I'm saying. But so we were going to be slaves in Egypt no matter what happened.
That's because of what he said to Avram Avinu. Because what Hashem said to Avram.
Right, but if Yosef wasn't, there would have been another way.
Of course, we would have gone to Egypt either way.
Does it have to be Egypt?
You look at the Ramban. Brisbane, you speaker. We have time for Maharal today. Today he's more of a man, right? When you're a bar mitzvah, you say, today you are a man.
They call it, when you go to college, they say you put on 15 pounds, a freshman 15. So you got married?
There's no yard cycle, give him the aliyah. Okay. Okay, Mishnah Berurah. You know what it's rooted in ignorance. That's what it is. And that's why Klal Yisrael looks the way it does. I have an interesting insight. And where does it stem from, your insight? Well, I once took a course, Freud, and this and that, and I had a professor of psychiatry, Okay, we left off, we just started Hilchos Tzitzis. My first eye-opener of New York City, when I came from Baltimore, my first, there was a certain synagogue on the west side, Orthodox synagogue. The rabbi spoke from the pulpit, and he referred to Yitzchak Avinu, could you imagine, as a wimp. A wimp, could you imagine? We say Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Avraham, and in terms of his relationship with his wife and the way he was misled by Esau, the rabbi from the pulpit says he was a wimp. When I heard that, I said, okay, no, I understand where things are holding here. And this is leadership.